Welcome to the Brad and Taylor Show. Today we have Greg Shenon.
You're listening to The Brad and Taylor Show, a podcast that inspires entrepreneurs to pursue their passions. We're sitting down with some of the best to learn how they got started and some lessons they learned along the way.
Hi, Greg. How's it going?
Good, guys. Thank you so much for having me on your show.
Yeah, awesome. Hey, so let's get started here. What exactly do you do?
Well, I am a realtor in Los Angeles, California, and I'm currently on a team. We call ourselves the Chernoff team. We're sort of a brokerage within a brokerage at Keller Williams in Studio City, California.
Nice. Okay. Good for you guys. So when you were younger, did you know you wanted to get into real estate, or what was your whole plan?
Oh, no way. I remember playing elementary school, on the play yard thinking, oh, I want to be a cartoonist. Love cartoons. Want to draw, do voices, stuff like that. Clearly that didn't pan out, but had a whirlwind of experience to lead me to this point. And, in the beginning, just to call it out, any Jewish mother will love to have their son be either a doctor or a lawyer or something along those lines. Yeah. So I steered clear from there, but that was the original goal.
Nice. Okay. So what did you, how did you go from kind of that as your original goal to now doing real estate? So how'd that transition go?
Wow. Okay. So, I've always been of the belief that, you go to school, you graduate school, you find a great job, you work at that job from 9 to 5 or whatever the hours are. And if you show your worth, the company will see your value and they'll move you up the chain. Mm-hmm. That has been sort of my methodology. When I graduated UC Irvine in 2011, I just joined the workforce on the tail end of the 2008 crash. And while all of my friends were sort of scurrying, finding work, I just leaped into a business development role for working for a healthcare services company. That was the first business development role I've had. And then ever since then, I just moved that role into different industries, hoping to find my fit.
Nice. That's awesome. So when you first started, did you join a team or were you solo? How'd that work?
When I first joined, it was at about the time that I was going for my master's degree. Again, thinking that if I get my master's degree, I could easily find a place to work at a nice company and move my way up.
Yeah.
But while I was there, I thought, well, what better role to be in than just to work for yourself? And felt that being in, my master's for business, and thought that I could then translate my analytical skills over to commercial real estate, looking at various deal packages, working with owners of, mixed family, mixed retail, different types of real estate, thinking I can help them out. But the standard deal size or the time it took to close a standard deal in commercial took at a minimum 6 months. And so, working in commercial real estate for 6 months without any food on my table, I just figured, this isn't the fit for me. And I decided to pivot into something a little bit more personable, something where I could do one-on-one, where I could just look out for the benefit of the buyer or seller, as opposed to the corporation at large. So that transition has been great, and I've been loving it ever since. Every day is a holiday for me,
Nice. I like it. So tell us about your first transaction.
Oh, man. Well, when I first started, when I first started in residential, I took any deal that I could get.
For sure.
Anything. So if you had a lease and you wanted to lease something out in Pasadena, I was your guy, wherever it was. I just wanted to get out there, pound the pavement, and just make connections. My first deal was a lease, and it was for my family, and I helped my parents fill their an available rental, 1 bedroom in Newcastle and Encino. And within a couple of weeks, it just leased out very quickly, perfect tenant, and it grew from there. And I just started reaching out to apartment building owners, seeing if I could, find tenants for them, negotiate my own commission splits, etc., and then just branch out from there. And then I was just, I noticed I was doing so many leases that I started butting up against some of the more dominant agents who are doing leases specifically in West Hollywood and the Hollywood area,
Mm-hmm.
and just decided to sort of release myself from focusing on too many leases and just, really focus in on buyers and sellers.
Okay, nice. What's been your most memorable transaction or home that you have been through over the years?
Oh man, most memorable transaction, I'd have to say it was for a property in my own hometown of Tarzana. Unfortunately, I can't go into too much detail
Oh, yeah.
about it just because
Yep.
we
Yeah.
signed an NDA. But it was in my own hometown to have listed a property that exceeded the limit for that neighborhood. We broke a record.
That's
The
awesome.
property was one of a kind. It used to belong to Chuck Norris,
Nice.
and it was a massive property that just made you feel right at home. So
That's awesome.
haven't had any difficult transactions where either buyers or sellers have massive egos. Thankfully, knock on wood. But I definitely invite those situations. I love mediating between parties,
Yeah.
and so far so good. So
Yeah, that's awesome. So tell us a little bit about your team right now.
yeah, so we're a team of about 14 people, 5 agents, excuse me, and then the rest are just back of house operations. We have a marketing group that works in house that just focuses on social media, branding, video editing, and then we have a group of ladies who facilitate any appointments that any of the agents can't be at. So if we have inspections at a property and we're already spread thin at either a listing appointment or something else, we've got a team that could easily go and facilitate that appointment. And then, of course, we have phenomenal back of house transaction coordinators and managers who make sure that everything is just moving forward smoothly without any hiccups, and making sure that everybody's aware of what's going on. So it's a little bit of a machine here, but it's a great place. The team is more like a family than anything else,
Yeah.
and yeah, we all get along, and we all love what we do.
That's
Actually,
awesome.
they're filming right now through the window.
Oh, they're watching.
Anyways, yeah,
Somebody has to, right?
Yeah.
you're right. They're probably gonna cross promote this and
Yeah.
do what they do.
Nice.
So
That's awesome. Hey, that works out good, especially because you have them. I mean, that right there is already BIS marketing for you right there. So that's
Yep.
awesome.
absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
so let's say you had to start all over today, but you had all the knowledge you have and you had $1,000. How would you spend that first $1,000?
Oh man, definitely not on a bus bench, to advertise myself. So for $1,000, probably start with, well, of course, joining a brokerage that vibes most with you. Every
Mhm.
brokerage is different. So I originally started out with Sotheby's and then, made the transition to Keller. But I would say find the brokerage that best vibes with you, and then find your niche, what area you'd like to specialize in. And then after that, just start branding yourself on social media, cross promoting yourself, and then the most important thing I'd say is anything on Google. I would definitely invest the money into doing Google AdWords. It yielded a lot of good results for me, and it definitely helps with sort of the rankings in Google search, so that whenever anybody's searching for real estate, you always pop up, especially if you've got the content. So I would definitely invest the $1,000 in there, and just let it ride.
That's awesome. So what social media platform do you use the most now?
Mostly Instagram, and even then, it's a love-hate relationship. I'm not much of a social media kind of guy. I have my team prodding and
Yeah.
poking me. Hey, Greg, you're at your property. Come on, go.
Take some photos. Take
film
some
something.
photos.
And of course, in today's day and age, you absolutely need to be on all of these mediums. Otherwise, you'll get, you'll just be forgotten.
Yeah.
But yeah, Instagram for me is my bread and butter, and now I'm catching on to TikTok. So maybe
Nice.
you'll see me
Yeah.
doing some dances in the future.
I like it.
Okay.
I like it. How long have you been on TikTok?
All of 1 month,
Yeah.
with 0 posts and more views
Yep.
than anything else. TikTok's addicting. So
Yeah, it is. Because we're in there
Yep.
too. Probably like what if you I'm sure you've probably followed a bunch of agents on there to see kind of what they're doing, and Like, yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people doing the dancing and stuff, but like I see also
Yeah.
a lot of people just talking like they exactly would on all the other platforms. But it seems like that platform is like very like you can post one post and it could get like 1 million views like
Yeah.
overnight, and it's just like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, we put together a video walkthrough of one of our properties,
Yeah.
and it garnered over 100,000 views within a day, and
Yeah.
was just a simple video.
Yep.
It was very catchy music and very aesthetically pleasing video walkthrough, and it was very quick, and it just caught on.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely, it's definitely a new and interesting platform that we need to get on.
Yeah.
I need to get on it.
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, good for you guys. I like it. So, what is one of the best business books that you've read that you could recommend to somebody starting out?
It's a pretty simple book. There's a number of them, but the main one I'd recommend is The Greatest Salesman.
Mhm.
It's a very short read. The story just hits home, and from what I pulled from it, it's more or less just do what you want in your career that appeases you. Not so much that you're money hungry. You don't want to always sell yourself or sell the product. You want this product to speak to yourself, and fortunate for us, real estate does very well at that. But as long as you don't have that money or commission breath, and you're just looking out for the interests of your client, everything will follow. So just focus on what it is you're doing, help out your client, and that's it.
That's awesome. I like it.
Nice.
So, what do you got planned for the next year or so, or for like 2021?
For the next year, continue as is. Just keep my head down, and just keep generating business and closing deals. Make more connections. Given our limited ability to meet people in person,
Oh
Yeah.
but
yeah.
try to think of new ways of gaining attention. Instagram is a great way, and just of course, cold calling, dialing for dollars is a time-tested, true way of generating more leads. And really, it's just that. So for me, just to you know continue on forward, get more listings, and make my buyers happy, or as happy as they can be in this competitive market in LA. It's
Yeah.
insane.
That's awesome. So, how did what is like one big thing you shifted when kind of the lockdown happened last year? Is there anything big that it shifted in your business that helped you out a lot?
Honestly, was I was prepared that it would just be a slowdown and everything would just start trickling in.
Mm-hmm.
But I got to be honest, a lot of my pipeline leads were even felt the crunch. They felt like
Yeah.
COVID was the make it or break it, the light the fire underneath your butt kind of moment, where they're tired of living in a confined 1,200 square foot home on the west side. They want land. They want to upgrade their space. They want to pay their own mortgages aside from their landlords. And I was as busy as can be in
Yeah.
2020. In fact, it was my best year. And closed some significant transactions, made a lot of people pretty happy given today's environment, and they're calling me now, sending me candy, thanking
That's
me
awesome.
that we got them in. So like,
Yep.
yeah, just hindsight, of course, 2020, they're like thankful that they went into it when they did. But yeah, it really was just following up, just making sure that as an agent, you're there for your clients, whatever it means for them, and just following up periodically without having any pressure or pushing them.
That's awesome. So
Everything
how
just happens organically.
yeah. So how can people get a hold of you?
Yeah, people can get a hold of me on my Instagram page at Gregory Shenon, or visit our team's website at chernovteam.com, and reach out to us anyway. And of
Uh,
course, we're on TikTok for Chernov Team at Chernov Team, and Facebook for Chernov Team as well.
Awesome. Hey, thanks for coming on and sharing your story with us today.
Yeah, my absolute pleasure. Really nice to meet you guys, and have a great week.
Are these working?
All right.
Here we go.
Oh, there we go. I think they're working. Should we tell them?
Mine keeps falling. It doesn't like my voice.
What do we got to tell them?
Subscribe.
Subscribe. What do we got to point at? Hey, I think there's a subscription button. Like
It might be there
might be right there too.
somewhere.
somewhere.
Find it. It's red.
Yeah. And it's
Red.
blue. It's green. I don't really know.
It's a color.
This mic isn't even attached. Did you plug these in? Well, I guess,
I wonder if they can hear us.
yeah. I wonder if they hear us. Well, we should probably tell them if they can hear us. We should probably tell them also give us a 5-star review for listening to on Apple. That'd be cool.
5
5-star
stars,
review.
guys.
Share it with everybody they can think of.
We won't take
But-
4 stars.
I mean, Taylor, I don't even think these are on. I mean,
No, I don't think this is working.
This is not working.
Yeah.